I'm Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my creative healing course is filled with hours of exclusive content. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And today we're going to be talking about, have we run out of chances?
Okay.
You know, I know that many of you guys that are going through a breakup have actually broken up with your partner multiple times before. And so a lot of times when that happens, Margaret, it feels like, well, have we run out of chances? Is it too late to try and fix this? We've broken up a few times
this has
already.
Happened before, right?
So we're going to look at an email coaching today with somebody that is going through that situation. Because I wouldn't say that there's a set number of chances. I think you kind of overall have to look at the situation, how healthy it is it toxic, is it, unhealthy, what are the reasons for the breakups, you know what I mean?
And you need to kind of stand back and look at the whole thing.
Yeah.
And recently I've said to a few people, let's look at the obvious, and they have found that helpful, actually. Yeah.
So we're going to look at a good email coaching, and this is from a woman in her late 20s, and she's dating a guy, or she's with a guy in his early 30s, and they have 2 kids together. She's working and going to school, and he is a supervisor at his job. Now, they met in 2013, and they went on a few dates, but then she ghosted him.
Oh.
That wasn't very nice. They reconnected the following year, and she said that her dad is an alcoholic, and at the time, it got really bad, and she felt obligated to stay and care for her siblings, I guess younger siblings.
Yeah.
So it put a huge strain on their relationship. Not too long after that, let's say several months, she got pregnant with their oldest child, which added to their stress level, as you can imagine.
Wow.
I felt at the time that he was pulling away, so I jumped the gun and ended things.
She quit before she got fired.
Mm-hmm.
Now, she would be very trained to be a caretaker if she's from an alcoholic family and taking care of her younger siblings.
Yep.
An unfair burden on her.
He still went to every doctor's appointment and made sure I was doing okay with things at home. Then, a few years later, I witnessed my dad hit my mom for the first and only time. After that, we just started talking every day again. Then, after our son was born, I moved in. In the first 6 months together, everything was fine. But looking back, I could see my mental health decline every year. But things got really bad after my youngest was born, so they had a second child together.
Wonder if she had a postpartum depression.
Could have. Good thought. I was very disconnected, and I was starting to have nightmares about my dad, and most nights I couldn't sleep.
Oh.
Then panic attacks started 6 months before he ended things. I caught him talking to another girl, and that sent me to a very bad place. In 2018, I went and got help, and I was diagnosed with PTSD, anxiety, and depression.
I was going to say she has PTSD and she has an abuse history. Yeah.
I got meds and started therapy. After Christmas of that year, he ended things. In 2019, I focused on me and my kids. I lost 50 pounds.
Wow.
And went back to school. That is awesome.
Good
right?
for her.
We'd love to hear that.
She must have had high quality therapy.
I was still going to therapy and was understanding my trauma. It took me about a year to get my emotions under control, since I had no idea how to do that. Then, the end of July of last year, he came back, and I was very cautious in the beginning, but I was so excited to show him that I could be an equal partner this time around.
I have a question that we probably can't answer. Was he seeing the children over this period?
I don't
It's
know, but
unclear.
it's unclear, but I would suspect he was.
Good.
Because of his involvement with the
Right.
pregnancy. He
Right.
sounded very involved. And it sounded like he came back to try and repair things with her. I was emotionally there, and things were completely different. We were planning to have me move back in that summer when my lease was up, but the last couple of months I was getting frustrated because I can't find an internship for school thanks to COVID. I was very open to him about this. I'm a smoker and been trying to stop, and he thought since I was smoking more at his house, he thought it was because of him.
He was making her nervous.
I guess, or anxious, yeah.
Okay.
I told him no. Then 3 weeks ago, we got into a fight and he didn't talk to me for 4 days. It sounded like things were going okay, that she was stressed out because she couldn't get the internship and whatnot. But there seemed to be a bit of a time gap there. And now all of a sudden we have a breakup, right? We got into a fight and he didn't talk to me for 4 days. I figured he was going to end things, and he did. He said I had stopped progressing, but he knew I would do the things I needed to do, just not in his time frame.
Oh, you're going to get healthy, but not fast enough for me.
And when you have 2 kids, that seems just kind of immature
I think so too.
in my part,
Yeah,
right? Do you feel like that?
absolutely. Give me a break, buddy.
Because you're saying I know you're going to make the changes, but not at my time frame?
She's killed herself to make all the changes. She takes care of the 2 kids, it sounds like, the rest of the time, and it's
Yeah.
not fast enough for you.
I didn't like that either, and I
No.
told her that. He knew it was wrong to ask me to change. I told him, I know what I need to work on, and I can do it by myself, but I wanted to do it with you. I wanted to be with you. He told me I wanted to be with you too, and I still want to, but how logical is it to try again? Bizarre, isn't it?
Utterly. And what does logic have to do with it? I mean, we have logical obligations, but a relationship with somebody that's gone on this long would not depend totally on logic. How do you feel?
I mean, as far as I can tell, they've only had 2 breakups here.
Yeah.
And you're telling her she's making tremendous progress, and I know you're going to keep making that progress, but it's not fast enough for me.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Does that add up?
Not to me.
Not to me either. You guys aren't 21 years old and just casually dating.
And,
You're close to
what-
30 and have 2 kids.
Right. And what about the kids? I mean, all of this affects them.
She said, my question is, have we run out of chances? I have given him the break this time, and we only communicate about the kids. What are your thoughts, Margaret? I mean, I just found his behavior pretty bizarre here.
I do too. And selfish. It's all about him. He can't wait long enough for this to happen. I don't see what's in it for her, to be honest. He's never been fully in it. He has 1 foot in, and then he gets back in, and then he gets out again. So I think he's got an awful lot of ambivalence about it. And she, on the other hand, has put all of her energy into taking care of the kids and doing what she really needed to do.
Yep.
She
Yeah.
sounds very gutsy and wonderful to me.
And the other thing is, with the dynamic that they have right now, it's all about like pleasing him and trying to make him happy.
That's what I was saying. It's all about him.
Yeah.
Her needs and the kids' needs don't seem to be anywhere in his head. Right.
Very odd.
I think so too. But would I place a big investment in him? No. He hasn't proved that he's going to be there for the long haul.
I would say that at this point, I would keep doing the work, keep working on yourself. You've done tremendous
Yes,
amounts for
wonderful
yourself.
job.
Great job. And see what happens in the future. But I would just consider him an option at this point. I wouldn't make him a priority.
No, absolutely not. And if he wants to know why, you can say, well, the way you described it to me had everything to do with your needs and nothing to do with my needs or the children's needs.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I just, it felt very uncomfortable
Me too.
with what he was saying and doing here,
I would
and the
agree.
mixed messages
Yeah.
and the.
It's not fair to her, and she clearly, there must be some good stuff in her or she couldn't have done all this work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I would say, communicate about the kids, keep working on yourself. You know, when you want to start dating again, look for other people that might make you happy. If he comes back again, I'd make sure it's not under the guise of, well, it's all about him and pleasing him.
Yeah, that's what you can't do.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't know how much support he's been able to give you in your journey to health, but I don't think you can count on it.
I feel bad for her
I do too.
because she's worked really hard.
I already like her, yes.
and continues working hard, and you know I'm sure she made some mistakes here that she couldn't express in the email coaching and did
Right.
some things that bothered him, but overall it doesn't seem like that should be something you should give up on.
No.
And
And
he's
he
giving
ought
up.
to be saying, how can I support you in this? Right? How can I be there for you and the kids?
Mm-hmm. I agree. So tough situation, but I think that regardless of what happens with him, you're going to find happiness.
Yes, I would agree. And even he gives you that, but that's all he's going to give you.
Yeah.
So have faith in yourself, and somebody's going to appreciate who you are.
Absolutely. And he may come back around again and you may say, you know what? Not this time.
Right.
Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
But don't just ignore that he walked away when you guys have kids together and you're at age in your life where this should be something that, you know, you're going to make a real effort to repair it.
Right.
He could have gone to therapy with her.
Yes, he could have.
They
He
could-
still could.
Yeah.
He could go to therapy himself.
Yeah. Tough situation. Of course, if you want to get our help personally, you could do that on my website, askcraig.net. I do email coaching and I do Skype. Margaret is available for Skype coaching.
If you feel that I can be helpful, please sign up.
Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let us know. Leave comments. That's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth,
I'm Coach Margaret.
and we will talk with you soon. To get my help personally, go to askcraig.net and click on Schedule Coaching and choose the option that works best for you. I do email coaching or Skype. To schedule a coaching with Margaret, click on Margaret on the top of the page and order a Skype with her. For the Knowledge Creative Healing course, click on the link at the top of the page and click Get Started Now.